Chosen one, pay close attention, for what I am about to share may reach the deepest parts of your soul. It may not be what you want to hear, but it is the truth you need. If you are here right now, it is not by chance. God has placed you here for a reason. You have been called to rise, to step into your true power. But before you move forward, stop sharing your secrets with just anyone. Not everyone carries the same energy, the same vision, or the same heart as you. When you reveal your dreams and plans to those who are not aligned with your purpose, you put yourself in danger. It is like casting pearls before swine. They will not cherish them, but may trample upon what is sacred within you. If you sense a shift in your life, take this as a sign. It is time to protect your energy. Your prayers are being answered, but the wrong people can block your blessings. Not everyone is meant to walk this journey with you. Pause right now. Hit the like button, subscribe, and comment 99. This is your sign that you are ready to step into your divine destiny. If you are truly chosen, you will keep listening because deep down, you know this message is for you. There is a profound power in silence. Not everyone around you is meant to hear your dreams, understand your purpose, or witness the breakthroughs that God is orchestrating in your life. When you share too much, too soon, you risk exposing the sacred parts of your journey to energies that can weaken or even derail the divine plans unfolding for you. Some truths are not meant to be spoken prematurely, and some visions are not meant to be shared with every ear. One of the greatest mistakes a chosen one can make is assuming that everyone will celebrate your victories or support your mission. The truth is, not everyone is capable of holding space for the magnitude of your calling. Some will misunderstand your vision, others may doubt your purpose, and a few may even attempt to sabotage the light within you. Have you ever noticed how sharing your plans with the wrong person can leave you feeling less confident, more hesitant, or even second-guessing your direction? This is not by coincidence. When you reveal sacred things to those who are not prepared to receive them, their skepticism can plant seeds of doubt in your heart. Do not cast your pearls before swine. This timeless teaching is not about arrogance or judgment, it is about discernment. Your dreams, your aspirations, and your divine calling are treasures, precious gifts from God meant to flourish in the right soil. Sharing them with those who lack understanding or spiritual alignment can lead to ridicule, judgment, or even opposition. Not everyone will see the value in what God has placed in you, and that is why silence is a shield for your purpose. It allows you to protect what is sacred and cultivate your mission without interference. When you feel a shift happening in your life, when prayers are being answered, when old paths are closing to make way for new opportunities, it is time to fiercely protect your energy. This is a pivotal moment in your journey, one that requires focus and alignment. Blessings are on their way, but negative influences can delay or even block them if you are not careful. Not everyone is meant to walk this path with you, and not everyone should have access to your inner world. Some relationships are only meant for a season, and holding on to people who no longer align with your journey can hinder your growth. Letting go is not always easy, but it is necessary for you to step fully into the life God has prepared for you. Silence is not weakness, it is wisdom. It keeps you grounded in your purpose and allows God's timing to unfold without distraction. The less you share, the more you can focus on nurturing the dreams and visions within you. Think of Jesus, who often withdrew to pray in solitude and spoke in parables to reveal only what people could understand at the time. Even among his disciples, there were moments when he chose to remain silent, revealing only what was necessary for their journey. If the Son of God exercised such discernment, how much more should we? Silence is a tool for those who understand the sacredness of their calling. It is a shield against unnecessary drama, distractions, and the doubts of those who cannot see what God is doing in your life. By choosing silence, you create space to hear God's guidance more clearly, to grow in faith, and to protect the progress you are making. Your purpose does not require validation from others, and your journey does not need constant explanation. When the time is right, the fruit of your faith and obedience will be evident to the world. Until then, protect what is sacred. Hold your vision close to your heart and trust that God's timing is always perfect. There is a sacred rhythm to how divine plans unfold. Every detail, every revelation, and every step in your journey is orchestrated with precision. However, when we share too much too soon, we risk disrupting that divine flow. The world doesn't need to know every detail about your calling, nor is it prepared to understand the fullness of your purpose. Your calling is not for debate or validation. It is a sacred mission entrusted to you by God. Sharing prematurely often invites energies that are neither aligned nor supportive of your purpose. When you reveal your dreams, visions, or breakthroughs to the wrong people, you expose them to doubt, misunderstanding, or even ridicule. Some may belittle what they cannot comprehend, and others may project their own fears or limitations onto your journey. This can cloud your vision, leaving you second-guessing the very path that God has illuminated for you. The seeds of doubt they sow can grow into obstacles that delay or derail your progress. Not everyone is ready to hear the truth of your calling, and not everyone is meant to walk beside you on this journey. When you share your purpose with those who are unprepared to receive it, their lack of understanding can distort your vision. They may attempt to frame your divine calling within the narrow boundaries of their own experiences, failing to grasp the enormity of what God has placed in you. And if you are not careful, their voices can drown out the divine whispers that guide your steps. The danger lies not just in their reactions, but in the impact those reactions have on your faith and confidence. Words carry energy, and negative comments, even if unintended, can erode the foundation of your belief. They can make you hesitant, fearful, or overly cautious, causing you to delay or even abandon the steps you need to take. The weight of their doubts can press against the clarity of your purpose, making it harder for you to move forward with conviction. God's plans for you are greater than the limitations others might try to impose. The doubts of others should never dictate your actions or define your worth. Just because someone cannot see the vision doesn't mean it isn't real. Remember, your calling is a gift from God, not something that requires approval or explanation from the world. Trust in His timing and His plan. When the moment is right, the impact of your purpose will speak for itself. To protect your destiny, you must practice discernment. Be intentional about who you share your dreams with, and always seek God's guidance before revealing your plans. Silence is not secrecy, it is wisdom. By holding your vision close, you allow it to grow in strength and clarity, free from the noise of external opinions. You create a sacred space where God's voice can guide you without interference. Trust that not everyone needs to understand your journey, and not everyone needs to be included in your process. God has already chosen the people, the moments, and the circumstances that will align with your purpose. Until those alignments come to fruition, it is your responsibility to guard what has been entrusted to you. Let the world see the fruit of your purpose when it's ready to blossom, not while it's still taking root. Protect your calling, nurture your faith, and walk boldly in the assurance that God's plan for your life is unfolding perfectly. The stories of Scripture often remind us of the profound power of silence and the wisdom in guarding the sacred. Consider Samson, a man whose unparalleled strength was directly tied to a divine secret. As long as that secret remained hidden, Samson's power was unshakable. But the moment his secret was revealed to Delilah, his strength was stripped from him, leaving him vulnerable. This story is more than a cautionary tale. It is a reflection of the spiritual truth that what is sacred must often be shielded until the proper time. Your divine calling is much like Samson's strength. It thrives under God's protection, but can be weakened when exposed too soon to the wrong hands or hearts. In another example, the quiet wisdom of Mary, the mother of Jesus, offers us an extraordinary lesson in patience and discernment. Mary was entrusted with a prophecy of unimaginable magnitude, the knowledge that her son would be the Savior of the world. Yet she did not rush to proclaim this to everyone around her. Instead, Scripture tells us she treasured all these things and pondered them in her heart. Luke 2:19. Mary understood that the revelation she carried was not just about timing, but also about protecting the sacredness of God's plan until the world was ready to receive it. Her silence was not born of fear, but of trust in God's perfect timing. These biblical accounts are powerful reminders of how essential it is to safeguard your purpose and the visions God has placed in your heart. There is wisdom in keeping certain truths close, in allowing them to mature under God's guidance, rather than exposing them prematurely to external scrutiny. Sharing your divine calling before its appointed time can open the door to misunderstanding, criticism, or even sabotage. Not everyone is prepared to honor the weight of what you carry, and their reactions, whether out of ignorance or malice, can disrupt the delicate unfolding of God's plan. Silence is not a sign of weakness, but a shield of wisdom. It allows your purpose to grow undisturbed, to gain strength and clarity. Just as Mary's silence protected the prophecy of Christ until the world was ready, your silence can preserve the sanctity of your calling. It creates a sacred space where God's voice can speak louder than the noise of the world. These stories challenge us to trust in the divine timing of revelation. When God's plan is ready to be unveiled, it will shine with a brilliance that needs no explanation or defense. Until that time comes, let the examples of Samson and Mary inspire you to treasure the sacred and to hold fast to the assurance that God's protection is over you. By embracing the power of silence, you align yourself with the rhythm of His perfect will, ensuring that your calling will be fulfilled at the exact moment it is meant to be. God's plans for your life are perfect, crafted with divine precision to guide you toward your highest purpose. But when you act outside of His timing or reveal sacred details prematurely, you risk disrupting the flow of blessings He has prepared for you. Such actions can create a ripple effect, exposing your calling to forces that may seek to diminish or derail it. God, in His infinite wisdom, understands this, and His anger is not born of frustration, but of love, a protective warning to keep you aligned with His divine will. When you reveal the secrets of your heart before the appointed time, you step out of the shelter of God's protection. The sacred knowledge and gifts He has entrusted to you are not meant to be displayed carelessly. Like a fragile bud that needs time to bloom, your purpose requires nurturing and patience. Rushing to share it can expose it to the harsh elements of doubt, criticism, and misunderstanding. God knows what is best for you, and His timing ensures that His blessings arrive at the perfect moment. When you push ahead impulsively, you risk disrupting the flow of His grace and jeopardizing the destiny He has set for you. Furthermore, not everyone around you will celebrate your calling. Some people, blinded by jealousy or insecurity, may see your blessings as a threat to their own ambitions. They might mask their envy with false support, only to sow seeds of doubt or sabotage in your path. Betrayal often comes from those closest to us, and this is why discernment and silence are critical. By guarding your journey and keeping it sacred, you shield yourself from the negativity that can arise when others feel threatened by your spiritual ascent. In such moments, silence becomes your greatest ally. It is not a retreat, but a form of divine wisdom, a protective barrier that allows your purpose to mature in peace. Silence keeps your energy focused, your faith strong, and your connection to God unshaken. It prevents the influence of external voices that might confuse or mislead you, allowing God's voice to remain the loudest and clearest in your life. God's displeasure when we disrupt His plans is not punitive, but corrective. It is His way of steering us back onto the path He has ordained, a reminder that His timing and methods are always perfect. He loves you too much to allow you to squander the destiny He has crafted for you. Trust in His plan and resist the temptation to seek validation from the world. Your purpose is not meant for everyone to understand. It is a sacred covenant between you and God. When faced with the pull of envy or the sting of betrayal, remember that your journey is not dependent on the approval or understanding of others. God's favor is upon you, and His protection is steadfast. By choosing to remain silent, you honor His timing and preserve the sanctity of your calling. Let your actions speak louder than words, and trust that when the time is right, your purpose will unfold with a power and clarity that no one can deny. In the quiet strength of your silence, you create space for God to work, for His protection to surround you, and for His plan to manifest in its fullness. Trust in His wisdom, and know that by keeping your heart and purpose guarded, you align yourself with the divine rhythm of His will. This is not a journey to be rushed or shared recklessly. It is a sacred unfolding that will shine in His perfect timing. The world is filled with noise, a constant buzz of opinions, distractions, and demands for attention. Yet God's voice does not compete with the chaos. He speaks in the stillness, in moments of quiet when your heart is open and your spirit is at peace. To truly hear Him, you must learn to silence the world around you and tune into His divine whispers. These whispers carry the weight of truth, guidance, and clarity that no worldly noise can provide. When you embrace silence, you create a sacred space where God's voice becomes unmistakable. It is in this quiet that He reveals His plans for you, showing you the steps you need to take. The most profound revelations often come in moments when the noise of the world is muted, and the only sound is the beating of your heart in sync with God's will. This is why silence is not just an absence of sound, but an active posture of listening, of being present with God and allowing Him to guide your path. Yet the temptation to seek validation from others can be strong. In our desire to share our dreams or gain approval, we risk rushing ahead of God's timing. But remember, the dreams He has planted in your heart are like seeds. They require time, care, and the right conditions to grow. Rushing to reveal them can expose them to negativity or misunderstanding, stunting their growth before they have a chance to flourish. Trust in God's timing, for He knows the perfect moment to bring your dreams to fruition. The world often pushes us to seek its approval, to look for confirmation from others to validate our worth or purpose. But this is not the way of the chosen. God's approval is all you need. He sees you, knows you, and has already affirmed your value by choosing you for a divine purpose. Seeking validation from the world only serves to distract you from the truth that God's plan for your life is already in motion. Trust in His approval, for it is eternal and unshakable. Instead of seeking confirmation from others, focus on aligning yourself with God's will. When you feel uncertain or afraid, turn to Him in prayer and stillness. Ask for His guidance and trust that He will provide it in the way that is best for you. The answers you seek are not found in the opinions of others, but in the divine connection you nurture through faith and trust in Him. Patience is essential in this process. Just as seeds take time to grow into strong, vibrant plants, your dreams and purpose need time to develop. Trust that God's timing is always perfect. He will reveal your mission and the steps you need to take when the conditions are right. Until then, guard your dreams and hold them close to your heart, allowing them to grow in the quiet of your spirit. God's plans are never rushed, and neither should you be. Each moment of waiting is an opportunity to deepen your faith, strengthen your character, and prepare for the blessings to come. In the silence, you will find His reassurance and His promise that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. Resist the urge to seek validation from the world, and instead, rest in the certainty of His love and His plan. By learning to listen to God and trust His timing, you position yourself to fully embrace the mission He has designed for you. His voice will guide you, His timing will perfect you, and His love will sustain you. In the quiet, you will find all that you need. Solitude, often mistaken for punishment or isolation, is one of the greatest blessings for the chosen. It is not a void to be feared, but a sacred space designed by God for profound growth and transformation. When you find yourself alone, it is not because you have been abandoned, but because you have been set apart. God draws His chosen ones into solitude to refine their spirits, deepen their faith, and prepare them for the greater mission ahead. In this sacred quiet, free from the distractions of the world, you have the unique opportunity to connect with God on a deeper level. Solitude becomes a sanctuary where His voice becomes clearer, His guidance more precise, and His love more tangible. It is here, in the stillness, that you begin to understand the weight and wonder of your calling. This time of separation allows you to peel away the noise, expectations, and influences that may have clouded your purpose. However, solitude also comes with its challenges. It requires strength to face yourself, your doubts, and the fear that often accompanies being set apart. But know this, God uses these moments to mold you into the person He created you to be. The isolation is not meant to weaken you, but to equip you with the clarity and resilience needed to walk the path He has laid out for you. Distractions are the enemy of the chosen. They come in many forms. Relationships that drain you, opportunities that look good but do not align with your purpose, or even your own internal doubts and insecurities. These distractions, subtle as they may seem, can pull you away from the sacred work God has called you to do. It is vital to recognize them for what they are and to guard your focus fiercely. One of the most common distractions lies in the company you keep. Not everyone is meant to walk with you on your spiritual journey. Some people may bring negativity, doubt, or envy into your life, casting shadows on your light. They may not understand your calling, or may even attempt to pull you away from it. That is why it is essential to create boundaries with those who do not share your vision or who cannot support your growth. This is not an act of rejection, but an act of protection of your energy, your purpose, and your connection with God. At the same time, solitude should not be confused with loneliness. While loneliness can feel like emptiness, solitude is a fullness, a state of being filled with God's presence. In solitude, you are not alone, you are in communion with the divine. This is where you gain the strength to face the challenges ahead and the wisdom to navigate the complexities of your calling. The solitude of the chosen is a time for preparation. It is a season where God works in the unseen, shaping you for the visible. He uses this time to sharpen your gifts, solidify your faith, and align your spirit with His will. When the world looks at solitude as a weakness, God reveals it as a strength, a time when His chosen ones are fortified for their mission. Embrace this time of solitude with gratitude. Use it to listen deeply to God, to reflect on your journey, and to gain clarity about your next steps. Let go of the need for constant validation from the outside world, and instead, trust the inner assurance that comes from walking with God. Remember, some of the most significant transformations occur in the quiet, away from the eyes of others. Solitude is not just a place of refuge, but a place of growth. It is where you discover the depths of your courage, the resilience of your faith, and the limitless possibilities of your purpose. In this sacred space, you are being prepared for greatness, for a mission that is uniquely yours. Trust in the process, protect your energy, and remain steadfast in your focus. The time will come when the solitude will give way to a purpose revealed, and the work you have done in private will shine brightly for all to see. If you are truly one of the chosen, this message will resonate deeply with your spirit. It is not a coincidence that you have heard these words today. God has brought you here to remind you of the sacred responsibility you carry and the importance of guarding the destiny He has entrusted to you. Protect your divine purpose. Do not rush to reveal it, and do not allow the noise of the world to drown out the quiet, powerful voice of God within you. The journey you are on is unique, crafted by His hands, and it demands wisdom, patience, and faith. Take this moment to commit to the silence that empowers your spiritual path. In the stillness, you will find clarity. In the quiet, you will find strength. And in faith, you will walk boldly toward the fulfillment of your destiny. Comment with the number 99 as a declaration of your commitment to sacred silence and your trust in God's perfect timing. Let this be a sign to yourself and to the heavens that you are ready to protect what is holy and to move forward with unwavering faith. The chosen are not swayed by the world. They stand firm in their calling, trusting that God's plan is always right, always on time, and always for their ultimate good.